We're here with another episode of Before You Buy. That sure will give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. And today we're talking about Apex Legends. Nothing like a nice surprise video game launch. Apex Legends is a game that was announced on Monday and is already available. It's a free-to-play game, so yeah, obviously before you buy, what do you mean? It's free. I gotcha, but still, it's another Battle Royale game. One with a title that is a little bit forgettable. But if you're one of the people screaming from the stands about how you're sick of the genre of Battle Royale, I totally get it. Don't play this one. But if you do still care, you probably do because this one is from Respawn, the developers behind the Titanfall series. Titanfall 2, it was criminally underrated. It was really awesome. So what they've basically done here is taken the core movement and flow and shooting of on-foot Titanfall stuff and put it into a smaller scale Battle Royale game with a few more twists on the genre. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty simple. The content is somewhat light, and it does have the usual free-to-play trappings, but it is a lot of fun. The footage I captured here is a mix between Xbox One X and PC where we've been playing. I'm also very bad, just saying, but I really do like Titanfall, so I was excited to jump into this. Well, on the surface, it looks like it plays like a Call of Duty. Some movement differences and the time to kill shake things up quite a bit. It's freaking butter smooth, and the momentum of getting a good downhill slide into a jump and a shotgun blast makes the game feel almost like a modern FPS mixed with a bit of the glideriness of Tribes. Sorry if I get lost in the weeds comparing it to other stuff. What I'm trying to say is that even though this is Titanfall without the Titans, or mechs, the core gameplay really holds up. Again, it's a Battle Royale game. It's set after Titanfall 2, and it focuses, interestingly enough, around hero characters that are kind of mercenaries in the world. You're not like a weird skin or a generic military man. You choose one of a few characters, each with their own personality, playstyle, abilities, and of course, a specific role. Overwatch comes to mind. Yeah, playing your role isn't as super essential as something like Overwatch. The differences aren't as drastic, but it still makes all the difference and feels like a hell of a good idea to include in a Battle Royale game, especially since it's squad-based. You drop in attached to two other players, and the idea is to roam the map and avoid the, of course, ever-shrinking circle. The map isn't as big as something like a PUBG map, but it's filled with 60 players, and if you drop in a safe zone, sometimes it's a while before you see anyone. That's usually how it goes for Battle Royale, but I prefer jumping closer to the action. That's just me. It's got a lot of personality and character-driven stuff that's self-aware that this is a Battle Royale arena. Large banners are displayed throughout the world to show the kill leader. XP bonuses are granted if you kill that person. There's an arena match announcer that will make mention of the circle closing when the first kill is made. Not only that, the characters you play as themselves will actually comment on stuff, acknowledging that they're safe in the circle, and stuff like that. It's not usually enough to be intrusive or too over the top to be cringy. It makes things feel a little bit different and just have a little more life to it. The formula feels familiar enough, but with more group interaction. You go from location to location, frantically searching for better loot, guns, ammo, armor, and weapon detachments. There's a lot that I like here, most notably ease of use improvements from attachments, auto-equipping, and also auto-equipping when you switch a weapon. The inventory menu is pretty simple and easy to navigate quickly, and there are only so many button presses needed for the stuff because it's designed to pretty much know what you want to do. I like the way armor types work. They, of course, are colored with different levels of quality and rarity, and it's really important and actually drastically affects time to kill. Not only that, if you're scoring hits on an enemy, a little indicator will flash letting you know that you're chewing through their specific armor, which is pretty nifty. Now, I will say there is a lot of extra stuff to pick up and use, different types of stimulants, multiple types of grenades and boosters and stuff, and I just found a lot of them getting in the way. I feel like there's a bit too much stuff, but then again, personal opinion really, because I just like my loadouts really simple. The focus on squad gameplay goes even further with a really great, user-friendly and clever pinging system, allowing with the click of a button to easily communicate to your teammates where enemies are, where useful items are, and generally just where to head next. Now, games have been doing this before, this isn't new, but the way Apex Legends does it makes it feel extremely simple and easy, and it's great when you're playing with people with no mics. Also, the revive system is a nice spin on the Battle Royale genre, one I hope others learn from. You can obviously revive down players, and playing as a certain character with a healer drone makes it all manageable, but if a player is to completely die, you can pick up their card, which, if you're good enough, you can run it to the nearest beacon and call in a respawn. It's a really nice spin in and does a good job of keeping a whole squad invested in the game, even if just one dies early on. It can be tense too, because calling in the respawn takes a bit of time and can leave you pretty much wide open. Now, it is a free-to-play game, so you should be warned that if the typical free-to-play stuff jams you up, it's going to here. That's the simple gist of it. If you don't like this stuff, it's here. Nothing here is technically pay to win, it seems though, which is most important. You can grind or pay for cosmetics from banners, poses, little dialogue lines, and there's multiple annoying, crappy currencies to deal with. For some people, the fact that it's cosmetic still isn't enough, but personally, I'm glad it's only cosmetic because I can easily ignore it. The one thing is though, if you want access to 2 other locked characters, you gotta grind to unlock them or buy them. It all otherwise feels a lot like how Overwatch's stuff is handled. Love that or hate it. I expected far more egregious monetization. Everyone feels differently about that stuff though, that's just me. Back to gameplay, it all just makes for a cut and dry, fun battle royale game. Combat at close quarters is fun and crazy thanks to the quick movement and extremely generous like slides and jumps. So far, it's performed really well at matchmaking with friends and randos. It's all been totally fine. Plus, the characters, interestingly enough, are actually pretty interesting and somewhat memorable. I've played a lot of games where they try and make iconic characters stick. I'm looking at stuff like Lawbreakers, where they tried and almost kind of over-designed characters to the point where, like, you just didn't really care. I feel like some of the characters here have just enough personality to really kind of make them stand out. I'm curious to see how that works in the long haul, though, because back when Overwatch first came out, I wasn't sure if anyone would care about those characters, and it looks like I was totally wrong. But lastly, I do wish there was, like, a solo mode. You could break away from your team when you're dropping in, but the emphasis is still always there. It'd be nice to have the option not to be chained to others, maybe in like a completely separate mode. I also really enjoy the map, but in certain spots it feels unnecessarily large because almost every encounter was in the actual little locations, not out in the open. And I think that's where the Titanfall combat style excels anyway. So I kind of just want more emphasis on pushing people into those locations. Other than that, you know, it's free to play. So I'd say if you enjoy or still have any interest in the Battle Royale genre, download it and check it out. I kind of always say that with games that are free that we do before we buy on because technically you really have nothing to lose. So that's it. You know how this video goes by now. I give you pros, cons, personal opinion. So now I definitely want to hear yours down in the comments. The thing apparently had 8 million downloads or players in the first day, so chances are maybe you checked it out. I'm very curious to see what you think. Who's your favorite character, some of your favorite tactics, your favorite weapon types, anything Apex Legends, or maybe even a better title for the game because I still find that so generic and forgettable. Let's talk about any of that stuff down in the comments. If you learned a thing or two and enjoyed this video, clicking the like button helps us out a ton. We really appreciate it. But if you are new, you should consider subscribing because we put out new videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.